Hey, howdy, how's it going? My name is Bennjipie. Marvel Rivals has some big problems. This isn't a video where I got stomped on 60 times and decided to make a hate video because yes, my last video on Marvel Rivals was about how the game is perfect, but even in that video I did bring up some issues I had. Also, if you think this is my match history, allow me to show you the actual image. It's not. I found this off of Google, and this is my recent match history. I make thumbnails to grab your attention. That's like 33% of my job. You know, that's what they pay me to do. But I was sick for like a week straight, so I just put a bunch of time into Marvel Rivals, and you know, I had not played for like a couple days before that point, so I just grinded. It's really all I've been doing is grinding. I just want to address some things, and I understand I might be wrong, I might not be exactly correct or anything. It's just an opinion for a lot of it. It may differ from yours. If you have a different opinion or you agree, just comment down below letting me know, because I will be reading them for this video. And before I forget to say it, this video is so that Marvel Rivals improves for the better, because clearly if you don't criticize something, it will get noticeably worse. Now, I know most, if not all, characters are broken in certain regards, like each character has something that makes them good, but if everyone is broken, then nobody is, and if you don't understand what that means, there are going to be certain characters that are just objectively better than all of the other characters. It does not matter if everyone is broken. And the first thing I want to talk about is the DPS. The buff that they gave for Moon Knight is very scary. He can say his ult faster than most people, and it already is doing damage before he completes the line.
The moon haunts you!
And if you don't know the buff they gave him, his ult does more damage, basically, is the quickest way to explain it. And in my opinion, I think he needs a bit of a nerf, okay? His ult needs to not be gathered as fast as everyone else's, because yes, if people just group up, he's going to get a bunch of charge in like 2 seconds. It's extremely easy for DPS. But the main thing is that he doesn't say his ult fully before the ultimate comes out. He needs to say it, and it comes out after, something like that. I think that's really the only thing you can do, just that, okay? And oh man, the buff for Storm, this was not needed whatsoever. She is so good now that her win rate is through the roof from what I've seen, and that could be lower ranks, but she's still pretty good. And don't get me wrong, she needs to be good. She needs to be a genuine good hero because she was not good before, but it's a bit of an overcorrection instead of just a correction. She was rated extremely low on everyone's tier list, and it makes sense because she was dog shit before. Okay, her ultimate was the only thing that was good, but they buffed like almost everything in her kit, which makes her insane to use now. And the only reason I think this was the case is because you also have casuals saying that she is garbage. We just need to tone her back, okay? Just bring her back, you know, just a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. I do think she needs to be good to combat other flying heroes to allow other comps, but she's just a little too good, okay? But at the same time, you have people like, you know, Iron Man and Hulk and all that stuff, so the combo kind of makes sense. I don't know. For the people crying about Spider-Man getting quote-unquote nerfed because his movement techs were taken away because those weren't techs, that was technically an exploit almost, understand this. In console lobbies, it's almost impossible to hit him. On PC, it's a little bit easier, but still the same sort of thing. He can swing away at Mach 3, and you need godlike aim to be able to hit him. In most of my experiences against Spider-Man players, you do literally nothing the entire game. You might get a kill here or there, but you'll go negative. You'll annoy the backline, and then you'll just use your ult and wipe the entire backline, and the only way to stop you is with a stun, so if no one is using stuns or anything on the enemy team, you get free kills, man. It's stupid. And somewhat of the same thing applies to Black Panther, and I know a couple people were upset over him receiving some nerfs, but let me tell you, regardless of if I'm playing PC or console, Black Panther is a nightmare to fight. The fact that he is like Genji on crack, if you don't know, Genji, if he gets a kill, he gets his dashes back, or just singular dash. I guess it was just one, but it seemed like several. But for Black Panther, he has several, and when he hits someone and targets them and then dashes into them, he gets more dashes, and this is just a nightmare to go against because it's almost impossible to see him because his character is a silhouette of black and does not highlight. It's weird. Also, he has the vibranium armor or whatever, so he takes less damage, it seems like, and absorbs it. It's super stupid. But I do also have to blame the fact that the pinging system in this game is terrible right now, like absolutely garbage, and the communication wheel is not as good as it probably should have been, especially with like grouping up and, you know, saying certain things like I need healing. It needs to be a little bit more fleshed out. I think there should just be more things added by default. Like, tell me why if I'm getting doved in the back line, I'm playing support or whatever, I don't have a stun, I'm Adam Warlock, and I'm not able to just ping Black Panther. I need aim assist or something for specific pings because I'm not able to ping him. I'm just gonna gonna die. I can't say like, hey, retreat, because that doesn't make sense. And all the pings sound the same. You know, it's a co-op effort that the game is doing right now, and wombo comboing fucking me over between being able to ping and dealing with people diving the backline. Same thing with like Magic, dude. Fuck Magic players. Psylocke mains. I got beef with you, okay? I got a lot of beef, okay? I've dealt with a lot of Psylocke mains. It's a very cool looking character. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It's like a ninja stars. It's got a sword, cool. But explain to me why her ult basically makes her immortal. Please explain to me that. It's literally a press Q to just do ult and kill everyone. There's almost no way to avoid it. If you're in the middle of it and your character doesn't have movement, you're fucked. Especially, for someone like Adam Warlock, which I bring up because he has no movement. There's nothing you can do. You literally are just going to die. And yes, you have abilities to keep you alive, but she does like 100 damage a second or something like that. 200. I don't know exactly how it works. And apparently she does less damage the more people that are in her ult, but I have no way of figuring that out because I have not seen enough TikTok guides that have proven that I'm using the character wrong. So yeah, I don't know. And just, a little bit of a one-liner here. Squirrel Girl is the easiest character to use. But okay, now all the DPS are out of the way. For tanks, I think my only current problem with the tanks is that they literally cannot function unless your support is good at the game and understands positioning. And it goes both ways. If your tank is pushing up super far and everyone on your team is full all the way back, they're getting assaulted in the back line, you're not really going to get healed as a tank because obviously you ran 5 miles away. But I will say, for the tanks that receive, bonus health or, health in general from your abilities, I hate you. I just hate you. For someone like Venom, you get to 1 HP and then you pop a thing that gives you 1,000 HP. That's awesome. I love that. If you just know that ability, you're just not gonna die, it seems like. And another thing that really sucks is, especially for team ups, the Hulk. Just the Hulk in general. The Hulk's abilities also make no sense. I understand he's a Vanguard. He's not even broken. Okay, he's just annoying. I can get behind Hulk just existing, but Hulk will never be on a team unless there is an Iron Man and a Strange. I've never seen just a Hulk, okay? Never. And if Hulk is on the team, Iron Man is extremely strong, and Doctor Strange is even better. It needs a slight nerf for that combo, or you need something as good as that combo to warrant it to exist, okay? So it needs to be fair. And now for the supports. Defensive alts like Luna, Cloak and Dagger, Mantis, they make this game a nightmare. It is so unfun. Explain to me this. Why can Cloak and Dagger get their ult back in like 30 seconds? Why? It should not be that easy to get your ult back that fast. I have heard that voice line so many fucking times, and they gave her 4 dashes now, so she's even stronger. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. Oh my god. Iron Man can counteract the ult, Magneto can counteract the ult, it also gets rid of the ultimate fully, but that's not good enough in my opinion. That's not enough. And you have someone like Invisible Woman, which, Moon Knight can counter pretty well now, which is good. I understand that. I'm all for that. I like counterplay, but we do need more ultimates that do more than just massive amounts of healing. It feels more interactive when there's a character like Adam Warlock, Loki, Rocket that do more than just heal, okay? But the healing ults are so good that you need them. Defensive ults are just better. It counteracts the DPS and tank ults. There's nothing you can do. You also can't stun them out of their ults, which is part of the problem. So when they ult, it's just constant forever. There's nothing to get rid of them. Also, try not to jump off the map with the enemy in your mouth challenge. Literally impossible for Jeff the Shark players. That seems to be the only thing these players are good at doing. That doesn't even make him broken. That's just fucking annoying, man. Do something else. Spitters are quitters, but can his ult be worth something else other than for kills' sake? Like, come on. For quick play, if you play with friends, you will have a noticeably better experience compared to if you solo queue. People have figured out that if you make the person that is really, really bad at the game the host, and they're also really, really low level, your matches will actually be way easier for everyone in the lobby. For ranked, this is a bit of a different story. I can go several matches winning, then randomly get into a match where my teammates don't even know how to use their thumbs and or arms, because yes, I do play PC and console. And with proof I will be showing, in this specific match, one of my teammates admitted to giving up after the first round. Mind you, this is ranked. This person chose support before anyone else, and then they stopped trying. Why are you even playing? And now you can't say this is just unlucky. Sometimes people have a bad game, but if you're losing 2 or more games in a row, just take a break. That's literally the only way to solve the issue. If you're losing, you just can't continue to keep playing. You can't push it back. And there's a lot of posts I've seen out there of, someone like Tim the Tatman going on losing streaks, and it happens. It definitely happens. But if you've lost 3 games in a row, 4 games tops, stop playing. Just stop. Okay, just stop. And I'm not going to say it's a skill issue. Like, maybe it's just a skill issue. It can legitimately just be your team. If your team is bad, you're not going to do well in a team-based game. Okay, so just take a break, refresh, let some of those people who are playing the same time as you get out of the game. Let's get some other people who, just got off work in the game now. Okay, okay? Maybe they'll happen to be on your team. And another thing is this season's gonna last 90 days. You got time to look at the new Fortnite update. You can get married, become a millionaire,
have children, go to college, graduate, get married, get 6 kids, die, come back alive, get razzed!
and then you can, get the max rank for this season if you really want to, or just hit gold like most people. That's what I should have just stayed doing, but I like competitive games. I will admit the game seems to have some skill-based matchmaking, obviously, since the introduction of rank, though, so, in either mode, you might win 3 games in a row and then just be put on the losing team for a bit since you won too many times. What doesn't help, though, is people throwing, smurfing, and constantly leaving. This affects both game modes. It affects everything. It's an issue. It sucks. I'm just going to put this in the middle of these topics since it applies to both, but Elo Hell is most definitely a thing, but it's not long-term, it's a more short-term thing that happens. If you're actually good at the game and you play enough, you will eventually earn more points than you have lost, so it's a good thing, but I don't know if that's exactly the greatest thing for a system. I don't know exactly how to feel about that. Elo Hell doesn't really exist though when you're on a full stack. I'll just admit that now. But with that being said, this game does need more ways of allowing you to earn and lose points, because when you have a full stack and someone gets carried, they're earning points that they do not deserve whatsoever. If you guys all start out at, bronze, everyone just made a new account, you've all been playing ranked with each other all the entire time, someone in that team is getting carried. There's no way one person on your team is not bad, okay? There's no way. I could take bets, okay? Someone on your team is dog shit. And the reason I know this is because I have, you see a bunch of support players, you check how much time they've had on characters and all this stuff, and then they try DPS for the first time and they're absolutely dog shit. It doesn't even seem like they know how to play the game. They haven't even seen anyone else besides, what's the best example? I don't know. They play Rocket Raccoon all the time, and then they play Punisher and they're just dog shit. I don't know. It's stupid. And if there are more ways to earn points, you need more ways to lose points. So if you're constantly going, 3-16 as Spider-Man, you should not be granted many points. Usually you get like 10. You won, but that's like sympathy points. You get like a participation trophy with that 10 points. You get nothing else. Also, another thing, roll queue. It would make Elo Hell even worse. Okay, so we're never going back to that. Don't stop asking for roll queue. And they already said they're not doing it, but stop asking for it. There is a big chance though that the poor matchmaking will affect whether you are in Elo Hell for long or not. Sometimes if you lose too many games, you might get thrown a bone and you earn way more points than, the past 2 games or something like that. It may overwrite a match that you lost, basically. I hope the matchmaking gets a bit more accurate and team balancing gets checked out, because you shouldn't have one tricks. There shouldn't be people who are specifically playing one role or one character. You should be versatile in the sense of playing different characters. Play a bunch of quick play or something. Don't just go into ranked and expect to be amazing though. And one thing that doesn't make Elo Hell even worse, I know I've already talked about some things, level 10 to get to ranked. It should be like level 20 or 30, let's be honest here. It's way too low. Rainbow Six Siege had the same sort of issue and it made it somewhat better. Like you can notice that there is a major difference between when they first had ranked to now, so. We all know that in quick play there are bots, and there is skill-based matchmaking. Do I agree with either being in the game? Yes and no. Do I think it's needed? Absolutely, because most games have it, so that means when a game doesn't, people are just going to call that game trash because they're dog shit. They want to feel good about playing the game. If you lose a certain amount of games in a row, you have a chance of getting into bot lobbies, and if you solo queue, 3 of your teammates are real, and the other 2 are bots, and the entire enemy team are bots as well. There's a lot of proof out there that bots exist, and it's very easy to spot them. If you ever spectate them, they're level 1, you can't view their profile, and they never type, so they also usually will play roles that there's not many of, so if no one picked tank, it'll probably pick tank. When you factor a person playing with a stack or they solo queue, their MMR is put in different places. Your matchmaking rating basically tells the game where to place you even if you aren't playing ranked. It's like saying that you're gold, but it's invisible. No one actually knows that. And, in ranked, it's very obvious. If you are gold 1, you're going to be placed against other gold 1s, hopefully, or some, at least one division close, so gold 2, gold 3 maybe. But if you're in quick play matches, you aren't given any type of symbol to identify where you should get placed. There's just a chance that it's all luck. You might get good players or not. But in my experience for quick play, at least, the game just seems to know when you should win or not. And this also happens for ranked. The game sometimes just has this set idea of you're going to lose for the next 5 matches because you won too many. There is also the chance that you get put up against stacks or people who are playing in a group of 4 or 3, so you're just a bit outnumbered in terms of, people communicating and stuff. It sucks. But that is honestly just a guess. You could also note that the game might just have poor team balancing, which that just needs to be worked out. It honestly they need to work on it. I hope they work on it. And now I'm leaving this here because this is important, but I've noticed it gets slightly better. The performance issues, not just on PC, but also on console, suck a lot of the time. It sucks. For PC, I cannot stream it on my computer. You know, you deal with a lot of crashing on your computer. I can stream Fortnite with max graphics and be sort of chilling. I can't run Marvel Rivals on the shittiest graphics at all for the stream. It kills my computer. Something is running so heavily in the background that it's frying my PC. It's insane. And if you don't believe me on, you know, the game not being optimized, even someone like Moist Critical, who's like a gajillionaire, is dealing with crashing problems on there as well. I haven't ever had it crash on console, but when Doctor Strange uses his portal and everyone is using their alts and stuff, the game will noticeably decline in terms of frames per second for PlayStation. It's really annoying. And hopefully they focus on this more than just adding skins and stuff like that, because trust me, this is a big priority. You want the game to be optimized so that more people want to play it. You have more people hating on the game because it's not optimized, and that's their only complaint. All right, outro time. Here you go. Haven't done this in a minute. Thank you, Sonos Boy, if that's the way to properly say it, for becoming a member on the channel, and also thank you to everyone who has been a member since then. If I've already said your name out, you're just being listed out here. Okay, so there you go. And this is a way to directly support my channel. You don't have to. It's just there as an option. You get like special emotes. You can see videos earlier. It's whatever. And thank you to everyone who has been using my creator code. I'll have that on the screen and screenshots right here of people who have used it. They put it in the Discord. Thank you. It's really all I can say is just thank you. I'm working on Fortnite videos in case you're wondering, and honestly, I'm also working on other stuff for other games because that's what's catching my interest right now. I do stream. I have been streaming. I plan on uploading highlights to my second channel. A lot of stuff being shown on the screen that you're probably not going to look at, but there you go in case you were wondering. I appreciate anyone who's watched. I want Marvel Rivals to get, you know, better. I like the game. It's fun. I'm a comic nerd, so it's even better. But yeah, expect more content. That's really all I could say. Hope you guys have a great day, night, week, month, whole rest of the year. It really doesn't matter when it is. Hope that is great for you guys, though. See ya.
Come on.